Alright, these ones should be easy. Let u equal y plus 1, du equals just 1 dy, so du equals dy. So then I got the integral of the square root of u du. Okay, now I need my new numbers. So I'll do u of 0. U of 0, plug in 0 for this is 1. U of 3, plug in 3 for this is 4. So I'm going from 1 to 4. Square root of u du. The antiderivative of u to the 1/2 is, that's the good old 2/3 u to the 3/2 from 1 to 4. So I got 2/3 times 4 to the 3/2 minus 2/3 times 1 to the 3/2. 1 to the 3/2 is just 1 times 2/3, so that's minus 2/3. 4 to the 3/2, let's see. 4 to the 1/2. 4 to the 1/2 is 2. 2 to the 3rd is 8. 8 times 2/3 is 16/3 minus 2/3, 14/3. 54. This is a long homework assignment. Here we go. Let's see. U probably equal to 1 minus r squared, I'm guessing. So I got r times square root of u dr. Du then will equal negative 2r dr. Divided by negative 2, so that's negative 1 over 2r. Du equals dr. Plug that in, so we got integral r square root of u times negative 1 over 2r du. R's will cancel, so I have negative 1/2 integral square root of u du. Notice I brought it out front. You can do that. It's easier. Okay, so it's u to 1/2 again. Let's get our new numbers. U of 0 is 1. U of 1, right? U of 0 and u of 1. U of 1 is 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so that's weird. So now I'm going negative 1/2 from 1 to 0 of u to the 1/2 du. Now we'll do the antiderivative here, so it's again 2/3 u to the 3/2 from 1 to 0. But I got that negative 1/2 out there also. So that would just be multiplication. So it would be negative 2/6 or negative 1/3 u to the 3/2 from 1 to 0. So that's negative 1/3 times 0 to the 3/2 minus negative 1/3 times 1 to the 3/2. So that's 0, 0, that's all 0. That's 1. Negative times a negative is a plus 1/3, so it's 1/3. That's x55. Negative pi over 4, 0. Tangent of x, secant squared of x dx. This is really boring. I'm like mumbling. I hope you can even hear it in the microphone. If you've actually watched it this far and you're watching these, tell me tomorrow to like give you some extra credit or something. Just be like, hey, hook me up with some extra credit. But don't tell anybody else. Like, don't text anybody. Because if more people ask me than this thing has views, I'll just cancel the whole thing. Or like if everyone asks me, I'll know that's that's not wrong. Or that's not wrong, that's not right. I'm tired, I gotta finish this. Anyway, so yeah, do that. I'll even forget, so it'll be a good surprise. Here we go, this one. Probably tangent of x, that way du is secant squared and they'll go away. I'm guessing, so that'll be u times secant squared of x dx. That way du is secant squared of x dx. So 1 over secant squared times du, so those will go away, so now I have u times du. U of 0, oops, no, u of negative pi over 4. Oh man, I don't remember these. What's u? What's tangent of negative pi over 4? Son of a mother. Let's see. Tangent sine of negative pi over 4 over the cosine of negative pi over 4. So, what's pi? I'm going to have to pull the unit circle. I don't remember this. I'll Google one up right now. See if you remember how to use these. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. There's negative pi over 4, right? So the sine is negative root 2 over 2, and the cosine is root 2 over 2. So if I divide those, I will get negative 1. U of 0 would be the sine of 0 over the cos of 0, which is 0 over 1, which is 0. So I'm really going the integral from, let's see, that was on the bottom. So negative 1 to 0 of u times du. So that's 1/2 u squared from negative 1 to 0. Plug those in, so that's, plug that one in, that's 0 minus 1/2 times negative 1 squared. Negative 1 squared is 1, so negative 1/2 would be your answer.